had a situation once where I thought I was about to part a fight. I saw two gentlemen meeting each other. And the other one shouted to the other one, "Hey, John," and he used a whole string of expletives. And John, in response, used up an even larger string of expletives. And they moved towards each other, which I thought was menacingly. And then they hugged each other and said, "Long time we don't see you, man. Long time we don't see you." And then I said to myself, is that how we communicate? Even our very language, the language we use, is not reflecting the kind of meekness. Meekness is not something we deliberately choose to use in our relationship one with another, in our culture, and in our way of life. That is not something we embrace, we share, and we will willingly display. You know, as a Jamaican, I perhaps did not know that we were viewed the way we are viewed by some people. I still teach a class at the seminary, and I have a class made up primarily of persons who are non-Jamaicans from other parts of the Caribbean. And one day they asked me, earlier this month, they asked, what in the history of Jamaica has caused Jamaicans to behave the way they behave? And I said, what do you mean? Jamaica is the most aggressive country in the Caribbean, they tell me. They say that the way you drive and the way you relate to some things, and they keep telling me that perhaps because you are from the culture, you perhaps don't see it, but when we come, it's the most glaring thing to us, that we don't relate to each other with gentleness and with meekness. And if you think about it, have you ever seen some parents scolding their children and hear the quality word that is used in scolding them? Have you ever heard some coaches reprimanding their charges and hear the kind of word that there is something unkind, lacking in gentleness about the way that we live? They did say to me that they were thinking, if a ship or a container of chicken would wash up on the shore of my country, what would my people do? And they say, you know what, we wouldn't do what we saw the Jamaicans doing. That's what they said to us. It had me thinking. And in my putting on my nationalistic hat, I didn't want to get defensive and say, no, it's not aggression, it's assertiveness. And that's why we do so well. I didn't want to do all of that. I kind of accepted that there's something in our culture that really is not valuing gentleness and meekness. It's not something seen as strength or something to be desired.